Testing. Testing. Can you hear me now? It looks like it's picking up now. Let me know if you still can't hear me. Uh, Thank you. Yeah, I sometimes my microphone, like the cord's loose, so if it gets unplugged, it might just like not register. So I had to just plug it back in. So sorry about that. Didn't realize we are running this whole stream without audio. Uh, Here, let me mess with OBS for a second. I think I can put some text on the screen. Uh, let's see. This is. Can you see that? Can I change color? Make it like a custom color here. Actually, opacity. Line. Here we go. So actually, I'll do the outline. Give me one sec. Wait, that didn't change. Outline color. Wrong color. Here we go. And then okay. And this is there. I'll put the text here. Let's see if I could edit it. Alright, so this will be trying to think of what other motifs, from Earth, right? So simpler design. And then we could say I could put like some stuff here. Okay, this is, I'm just going to kind of put it here. I'll have to, you know what? If I made the screen smaller, right, I could kind of do like one of these things. But I'm just gonna do that for now. All right. I'll have to mess around with it. Anyway, face. I am just gonna move his eyes again. Huh. I think that's a little better. All right. Hopefully this is a little better. Uh, fix his smile too. There we go. Make it a little bit smaller too. Let's look at some closing now. Yeah, same thing. I think just like before. I'm gonna stick a t-shirt. Sleeves can go down this way. Something like that. Then there will be yeah, I think kind of like a long t-shirt could be pretty good. Long and cozy. Alright, and then there should probably be some pulls here. And actually, I might extend the sleeve up here too. And then we could make this like that. Make the neck a little looser too, actually. Could be helpful. Another option is, instead of giving them that kind of neck, actually I think this will be better. So I kind of cut it down a little lower. And then I do one of these. There we go. Very simple. And let's go ahead and add his neck in. Sorry. Okay. The original design also had a watch. I think I like that, so I'm just going to add that back in. We can have the watch be kind of like that. The okay. There's also the jeans. So I think we would want kind of like the jeans to be form-fitting jeans, right? Not sure that's correct. It should probably. And at the bottom of his feet, they would spread out more. Yeah, and I think there would be more pools here around the knee area. Yeah, maybe something like that. Something like that. I'm not going to worry about physical accuracy here. Yeah, and then there should be kind of like you know how like when you were a kid and like your jeans might just be slightly too long, and like I don't know if this was the experience you had, but like my mom would roll up my jeans at the bottom, so like there would be like this little fold here. That's kind of like that's kind of like what I'm going for here. Um, Something like that. And there could be like a couple of like pools kind of going up there. So yeah, that's what I'm going for. Oops. Okay. Okay, and this looks a little awkward. I'm gonna fix that. Okay. Okay, and then also the you won't really see the pockets because the shirt's covering it, but I will draw little pockets here. Okay, like a button or two or something like that. And then there would be the fly as well. Actually, I wouldn't go down all the way, so I wouldn't bother with that. Okay. It's gonna also need some form of sneakers, so I would do something along these lines. I don't think they need to be super duper fancy. Actually, no, this goes through here. Kind of look like what you would see on a Sonic character. And then there would just be kind of like some shoelaces here. Something like that. The laces, yeah, and there would be, I think, some laces like this too. So we could kind of draw those in. Okay. So another part that would be a little bit complex would be the jacket that he has around his waist. Um, so actually just do this on another layer to be safe. Um, so have two options. You could have the jacket tied on top of the shirt, or we can have it tied underneath the shirt and the shirt overlap it. The former is probably going to be easier to implement in 3D, so I think that's what I'll do. Um, I could just adjust the t-shirt. So I think I want it to be basically at waist level. So yeah, I could kind of draw it as if I were drawing a skirt in a way. Um, so draw the part that's like that, and then actually something like this. So we could draw that part here. And then basically I was gonna say, yeah, I think that's fairly correct, right? But we could do, let's make this lower. And then I need to do, so one of the sleeves should be kind of tied over like this, right? Kind of. And then it should kind of be like a knot here. And then the other sleeve would be right. Actually, yeah, I think that looks pretty good there at least. Actually, yeah, I think I want to like have. And then I could have this kind of go in. And then let's see, so like that's the sleeves of the jacket, right? Um, which would make sense because if I were to take my jacket and tie it, you would really only see the sleeves in the front. But I think I need to oops, need to make this kind of more like this. Actually, it does need to be longer. Depending on the jacket, you'd probably this would yeah you would see this part, but if it was like a hoodie, the hood would actually appear on the back as well. But I think this is fine. If I want to do like something like that. Okay. And then what this means is now I can, let's see, yeah, this should be tight around the waist, though. Probably should be a bit tighter, but I'll leave it like this. So now with the shirt, I could remove this part of it and the jean part, because you actually don't even see that anymore. It's kind of like where the shirt would be, huh? Yeah, I'll just remove it. That part. And then what I could do is here, we can tuck this way in, kind of like that. And then I think it pulls kind of like that, right? So now he's kind of got like this jacket thing going on. Cool. The sleeves would also probably be a lot longer too, when I think about it. And wider. And then, yeah, this one here can be shorter than the other one. So let's kind of go like that, right? Oh, yeah, this needs to be wider too. All right. All right. It's not perfect by any means, but at least it kind of sells the look. Thank you. All right, so now he's got all the design elements that he has originally on him. How do we feel about this currently? Um, we'd be interested to get your thoughts on it. In the meantime, I could probably, let's see. So I think what's kind of cool about the jacket part of the design, um, It's like it adds something dynamic to the design. Plus, if he's swinging a lance around and he's moving around, like it's something that'll flow and it'll look kind of cool with the movement. So I think it's nice to have something like that. Um, I'm gonna actually try to make it larger. Oops. Yeah, just kill this arrow. Okay, now if I do... Good thing it's on its own layer, right? Do something like that. That's better, I think. And then clean up some of this here. A little bit of that t-shirt. Okay. I wonder if he wants something kind of around his neck or not. I already have characters with scarves, so I don't feel the need to do much more of that. And I'm not sure if a necklace really jives with his style. Maybe I'll just kind of leave it this way. There's also a question we can ask about putting a design on his shirt. I'd prefer not to, just because of like the way I do my 3D character stuff is like I don't really do texturing. So doing a design would complicate that a lot. Plus I don't even know what design I would want to put on there. I'll also put like a meme. It could also be just kind of like some generic stripe or something on his shirt. Like I could put like a stripe. Oops. Like a stripe. Well, that could kind of work, like a Charlie Brown stripe kind of thing. If we wanted to add a little bit of something. Yeah, it doesn't look horrible. And it gives the design a little bit of something to work with too. Alright, what else can we do? I'll look at his hair again. So I also want to add a hat too. Give him bigger hair. Bigger hair, more bigger. Right. And then we could take and add that. Yeah. And I actually want to. So I know like realistic characters, hair would be very much on your head, like very close. But like more anime stylized, the hair actually has a lot more volume. So I think it looks a bit better with more volume. I mean, besides the style I'm going for anyway. Um, Also, we were talking a while ago about a hat. So let's think about a hat we could give him. We can do like that male boy cap, or what do you call it? British cap. So let's go ahead and go potentially template this out, right? question actually would be, I want to lock it too. There we go. So I think the hat's kind of placed here, and I could do. It's called a flat cap actually. I think it would have kind of more of a shape like this, and then a little button. So it kind of looks like a Pokemon trainer cap. And if I did something like that, and then we could just play around with the scale of it. If actually I could use the liquefy tool to kind of move. Kind of move it up a little bit more along the head. And I think I want it to be kind of smaller than his hair. Yeah, okay, so that's going to be a bit imperfect, but if I would go back to the hair now, I could erase this portion and make the hair kind of come out. Because now he has the hat. And if I wanted to, I don't want to necessarily remove all the hair, but we could kind of see how that looks. It's not too bad. Let's go ahead and correct this too. I think I also want it to be more. You could see the so you can kind of see like the cap. And then I think I'm also gonna do this where you can kind of see the cap. There we go. Kind of looks. Okay, let me get it back to the hair here for a sec. And then the hat. I'd like the hat to be kind of more further up his head anyway, so I think if we did something along these lines. I need to make the and then he's got this too. I think to make it look like it's down lower, I actually do have to update the caps a little bit. Something along these lines, I think. Alright. Why not going live on TikTok? I could, I guess I could hypothetically. When I'm doing game dev streaming, though, it's definitely the widescreen ratio is a lot better for that. Um, I know I do a lot of shorts, but it's like easier to do them kind of like with editing. Um, when I'm kind of doing stuff live, it's gonna the the tall format's probably not really gonna work too well with like using computer programs like this, like Krita or even Godot. Um, it's an idea though. Yeah, I mean it's not a bad question. It's a good question. Um, since I've been streaming more, I've been kind of thinking about how I can make my streams a bit more, accessible and how I can grow my streams a bit more. For the most part, I've really just been doing them just to kind of give myself time to work on games and just as something to continue uploading stuff on the channel while I'm figuring out my job stuff on the side. Um, so it's been beneficial that way. But it would be interesting to see if I can try to get more viewers and stuff like that over time and more engagement. I guess I'm just also not really that type of personality that's very engaging, like in real time. I just don't. I mean, in general too, but like I know like a lot of streamers who play games and stuff like that, and they're just like extremely witty and funny. Um, I could do puns, but I have to be in the right mindset to do it, and it's like when I'm doing stuff like this, I don't really have a lot of opportunity to be funny, I guess. Just really haven't figured out that. Um, I like to. That's why I kind of like to take more of a like. I like to explain things very thoroughly, approach to things. So, like, if I'm doing a stream and I'm working on my stuff, that's great. But people pop on and have questions. Like, I think that's where I'd like my, you know, where the main benefits to be, because um, that way I can engage with viewers that way. But I'm not exactly sure how to grow streams on YouTube. It's very different from what I'm kind of seeing with like some of the other content. So I'll have to look into it a bit more. Anyway, so I think we have all the major design elements here. I think all I want to do at this point is remove the base and then just kind of draw in the rest of the stuff here so that we have that. So I'll just go to just the hat. Oops. Fade. Let's see, this is the jacket. Just draw this on the clothing layer. This should be really simple. And then with the hand and his thumb. He's gonna have one of his main fingers here. The middle finger will be longer. And you can kind of see the others in the back here. Oops. Okay, cool. So then that means I could do this. Actually, I think the fingers need to move up a little bit. There we go. He would naturally have bigger hands because he's taller, but I think even that was too long. And then what I can do is I could just erase this part because I'd be a change. And I'll just do this. T mirror. I'll just merge below. There we go. Okay, so cool. We'll remove the mirror. We can kind of look at this here. How we feel about could probably make adjustments to like the face and stuff too. I'll hide. So this is what he looks like currently. Should probably do a layer where I remove like some of the. I'll just do that. So if we do duplicate these and I just do a merge, I could hide here. You'll see what I'm doing in a sec. Just gonna remove some of the stuff that's supposed to appear behind. Like this. Cool. Okay, so how are we feeling? If I make it kind of full screen here. I think the proportions are pretty good. He doesn't look as tall as I kind of want him to be, but I think in practice this will work out fine. Because he still is tall. I gotta kind of mess with the facial features. It still doesn't look quite right to me. And of course I would have to make the curly hair look more accurate, but at least you can tell it's curly. And he has a hat, so it's good. I do kind of want to keep his design intentionally simple because two reasons. Is one is the characters that come from Earth, being Sarah and Nunko, and then their other friend that I'll talk about another time. They're going to be wearing casual clothes, so they're not going to come in with like armor or any of that crap. So I think their design should be intentionally simple. It will also kind of help juxtapose them with the other characters in the game. But also just because, like, since I'm still currently doing mostly art and stuff for the game myself, I want to keep the design simple so I can manage them better, personally. I also think there's some beauty in keeping designs simple. I think over time, if I get the designs to look really good. Um, and even though they're simple, I think a very simple, elegant design will do a lot of good for the game. So less is more. I think he's got enough stuff on him that I think gives him. Yeah, he's got enough stuff on him. I think personally. Um, well, to see over time as the game progresses and there's more eyes on it, and people kind of have feedback on that. But I'm gonna work under assumption that simple is better here. Um, so let's go ahead and do. Let's go ahead and do a couple things here. I think before we wrap up the stream, we could do a quick color pass on them. So what I like to do for that is we want to darken the sketch. I know there's an easier way to do this, but I'm just gonna make a bunch of layers and merge them together. And now you can see that now it's all very black. And then I can clean this up. Actually, it worked fairly well. Yeah, just gonna clean up some of the sketch work a little bit here. Doesn't have to be completely symmetrical here. Not anymore, at least. And after I do this, make this really dark outline here. And I want to do this so that the paint bucket tool works more effectively at finding the right lines to intersect and everything. Obviously there will still be some artifacts, but at least this will be usable. Let's see. A little bit there, a little bit there, and here too. I think there's probably even an easier way to do this too. I just don't know it. Let's see. I think, yeah, I want this to be. No, I think. Give me a sec. Yeah, I think I'll just erase this. And yeah, that's pretty good. And then the line here didn't really get very dark either, so we'll have to fix that. just so there's some room for the bucket to work. That's good. You gotta watch. Oops. All right. Yeah, clean this up here. Okay, and then I want to do oops. I'm going to darken this line. Oops. Then got all right, and then there's I'll have to clean up here too. Yeah, okay, and then almost done here. Alright. This is good enough. Alright, I think now that we have this cleaned up a bit more, we can do the colors. So this is going to be the outline, and then do the colors. So common color palette here is we're definitely going to want to use red colors. Should be pretty quick to do this. I already have a skin tone right here. We can use that. Switch to the paint bucket tool. Use. Okay, I gotta switch this. Okay, so this is not quite the skin tone I want, right? How about this? Yeah, it's just like a little too pink. Let me move it a little bit more. Might be a little too yellow, but that'll work for now. Yeah, that's on the ears too. There we go. Anything else I'm missing there? Okay, that's good. So I think his eyes will be green. Maybe more like this. I want him to have like red orange hair, right? So let's give him like an orangey hair. Okay, not quite finding it. Maybe this might be too orange. We could start with this though. Okay, that will do. And then now I'm not exactly sure what kind of color I want on his shirt. I think maybe we could do a red stripe and maybe like a whitish for the shirt, like a gray. I think the jacket could also be kind of like an orange brown. I'll just do like a slightly lighter shade for the back of the jacket. And his jeans will have to be a shade of blue. And then the under part of the jeans. Actually, no, that should be much. No. I want it to be lighter. There we go. Color his shoes. His shoes can be red. I think that would be fine. Then this part's just like, and then you do like a darker red for the inside. I think what I'll do is I'll color the inside manually. Okay, cool. That looks good. Also, yeah, you should have for his dad, we would make it slightly darker. I think for his cap, it will also be kind of like a grayish color. Maybe we could make it slightly brown. And then his watch will just be dark gray. make his eyes like that. Okay. And then there's just white for the inside the eyes. Okay, so, and then last but not least, let's just go ahead and fill in the rest of, here we go. Alright. Alright. There you have it. That's the base design we can work with. So I'd say we'll stick with this for now. Obviously, over time, the designs will evolve, but I think I'm pretty happy with this right now. Um, doesn't completely serve like the combat design, but I think that's just kind of going to be a thing that's going to happen with the characters from Earth because they're not really combat focused characters anyway. They just kind of have to do combat because that's just the way it is. And so I think since they lack combat experience, it makes sense. But given Therod is also kind of like a impetuous type guy, it would make sense that he would also be kind of impulsive in combat. So I think that works. Um, so that's kind of where I'm going to leave it here. Next week I'll draw. We'll work on another design. I'm not sure what character yet, but we'll do that, and we'll go from there. So I'm gonna stop the stream here. Thank you all for those who joined. Thanks for keeping me some company while I did this. And I'll see you next weekend. So take care.